April 16th today. I'm doing 1,060 push-ups, and it's 5:39 p.m. Eastern. I did go for my run yesterday, and it went a lot better than last time. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy about the work I did yesterday. I didn't run the whole 5K. I did do the whole 5K route, but I probably ran like 3 to 4K of it all, and walked like, a kilometer or something in total. I walked 3 times. But no, it was good. Like, honestly, I probably could have done more of a distance if I were just gonna be walking a little bit, like even if it was a K, because usually when I run, I try to just continue without stopping, and so it ends up like, if I were to start now, like, a 3.2 kilometer distance would probably be enough for me to complete without stopping. But it's okay, trying to build up to the 5K again. I'd like to do some different routes, which might be kind of under 5K. It really depends how I make it, but it could be a lot longer. So hopefully once I kind of build up to that 5K again, within 4 weeks or something, I might just try something completely new this year with different routes and longer distance, somewhere like around 8K. I might try to kind of get myself to. But yeah, it's good. And today I didn't go to the clinic or a walk-in clinic to fill out my medical annual forms just because it was rainy this afternoon. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's looking much nicer, and tomorrow I will be doing push-ups along with my punching, like 1,000 touches on the bag. So there should be 2 videos that I'll do, and that'll be interesting. I haven't done like 1,000 touches or 1,000 punches in, like, I want to say 3 to 4 months, so it'll be good to get into that side of things again. I do feel like more exhausted. I wouldn't say more, sorry. I feel quite exhausted. I wouldn't say, like, every day feels different, so like I would say it feels about the normal amount of exhaustion that I'd feel just from doing push-ups. So I don't think I'm ever gonna feel not exhausted when it comes to doing any kind of workout, so, or any kind of day. Like, I'm always gonna be somewhat sore, tired, and whatnot. So it's gonna be a really, really crazy time. I would say these next few months I'm always just gonna be tired and just pushing myself. So yeah, it's gonna be hopefully it's gonna be beneficial. And let's start on the 60 set here. Get going with our push-ups. I didn't do any stretches. I might stand up after and do some arm circles, but I'll just get going at this. 15. So my hands, my palms, I was gonna say yesterday, that my palms, they're not hurting as much from doing push-ups. They're still very sore, like in the beginning right now. But yesterday, I'm not really sure. They probably were kind of feeling the same thing, and then they always stop hurting after the first, 100 or 200 reps. I don't know why. I feel kind of congested. Like, I feel like I caught like phlegm at like the end of my nose air pathway, and like kind of in the back of my throat. But it's very weird. Anyways, I'm gonna grab my water bottle here. Let's bring it down here with me. And I guess I should do some arm circles right now. Yeah, I'm just doing some laundry. Got some in the washer and a little bit left in the laundry basket, but I think I'll just do that after I take the shower, and then I can use a towel and stuff that are in there. Or when I use another towel, I can put that in there, and I still got this towel here. So that'll be, it makes up for a decent bulk for what I have today in terms of clothing I could wash. So I saved a little basket, so when I finish this and whatnot, I'll have another decent basket size to wash. And I'm kind of not in the mood for exercising. It's been 106 days now that I've been doing push-ups non-stop. 106 days, not including any other exercises. So I've been working out 106 days non-stop, and it's just another day for me, but I know it's gonna be like 2 to 3 hours a workout, so it adds up, and especially if I'm doing other things. But today I'm not. I was thinking I might do some stretches after, or some hand weight exercises, but we'll see how I feel and what I'd like to do afterwards. But 33. Oh yeah, I'm wearing a do-rag today, and that's just my hair is really looking kind of crappy. I put my head under the shower, so and I didn't put a do-rag on afterwards, so it kind of formed very weird overnight. And so yeah, my plan is to take out my twists and kind of let my hair freeform for a little bit before I get it done again. I'm waiting. My hairdresser went away, and she won't be back till May 14th. And yeah, mainly she's gonna do it at the price I'm looking for, which is $35. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for her. I might look up some other hairdressers that might be up to doing it, because it is quite a while, and it's probably 2 weeks there that I wouldn't mind having a more presentable hairstyle that I'm more comfortable with. But anyways, yeah, within like tomorrow probably, because I plan on going out tomorrow, so I think when I'm done that tomorrow, I'll more than likely undo my hair, undo my twists and whatnot. But yeah, that's why I got the do-rag on right now, not because it's undone, but just because it's just a mess. We're at 33, we're trying to get to 60 here. Everything's kind of like fluctuating. My temperature, my mood, the way my muscles feel in terms of soreness and stuff. It's an experience I've never gone through before. Alright, let's finish this 60 set. Alright, that's 60. So yeah, I'm quite happy with what I did yesterday. Just gotta make sure I follow up with tomorrow, and that'll be 2 days of the week that I've done additional exercises. And then, Saturday will be like whatever, just a push-ups. Sunday, that'll be a day that, the third day of the week that I could do something, whether it be just skipping or just stretches. Maybe I could use my gym equipment a little bit, do some pull-ups or just some weightlifting. And yeah, and then there's Monday. So the Sunday and the Monday are kind of the two that are together there that I'd like to do other exercises on. So that could be a run, another run, because I definitely need to fit a second run into the week. I was thinking Monday, because there's like a group that I could join just for something kind of to do. Although I do feel like really busy, so I don't know if I want to do the Monday groups, especially because I gotta travel there, and that's kind of tough with how things are for my traveling situation right now. So I could still do a run, just not with the group Monday, and then have like a Monday, Wednesday, or I could just do that Sunday, so it's a Sunday, Wednesday kind of thing, which I might do that instead. And then actually, it's kind of hard because I don't want to do like Sunday, Monday, running, and then or like one of the two, like a Sunday or a Monday run. But then one of them, I feel like I need to do like skipping, or I could just alternate weeks somehow. But regardless, I think it'll still be like a Sunday or Monday where I should do another run. So, like, when do I do the skipping? See, this is I'm gonna create a schedule right now, actually, because I just need to separate that. I think that particular aspect of things of skipping and running. So I'm just gonna jot down ideas here, but I'm going to continue the 1,000 set. Just get some in there first, and then we'll write down some things and get back to more push-ups. Alright, so we got 22 done. Well, now hunch over this plan. Let's write down each day of the week, starting with Sunday. Huh. I wonder if I'll have room to write all of these down here. Okay. We'll write it this way. Sunday. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. And Saturday. That's okay. So, for sure, Wednesday we wanted to do a run. That could be a complication, or it's just choosing that day just because we like it, but just gotta kind of think about what works. In terms of the days of the week. Okay, we're gonna do some more push-ups here. 22. 46. So, well, we can scratch it out, so we'll just write it down under it for the meantime. So running Wednesday, and we wanted to do 1,000 punches Friday, or not necessarily 1,000, but we'll just do punching exercises, right? Punching Friday, And this says we're not gonna write push-ups or anything. It's just every day. So, okay, running, punching. Let's add the second running day. So, or we want to add skipping. Add some running. So I don't want to take away a day where I could be running to skip. So, just gotta think here. I think it's Wednesdays, kind of, because I could do skipping on Wednesday and then have running on Monday and like a Friday. Okay, well we're gonna keep the first line and then we're gonna like make a second line of different things just to see how it kind of lines up, if it works better that way. So I'm gonna write skipping for Wednesday. Skipping. Okay, we started that second line just to see if we didn't fill it out, but we're just gonna see if that second line kind of suits the work better, you know, like instead of like having chest day, you know, within like 1 or 2 days, we're just kind of separating, you know, the leg days. But we're gonna do some more push-ups before we do more of that. 47. All right, 72. Okay. So now we could do skipping Wednesday. We could do skipping on Wednesday, running Monday and Friday, or running Friday and Sunday. Yeah, I like that. Running Friday, running, and Sunday, running. So now that's separated. We got Sunday running, Wednesday skipping, Friday running. So there's just one day of rest, I guess, for running, which I guess that would be the same if I put running. Oh, but it was the skipping. That was the thing, eh? So yeah, that works. We got, you know, a 2-day break, we skip, and then 1 day break, we run. 1 day break, we run again. 2 days break, and then we skip. Okay, and then we need to do punch-in for that. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. I like Monday. It's like a work day, you know. So let's do punch-in on the Monday. Punching. Okay, now we got, that's That is 4 days of something additional. Now we have Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday that that's open. Hmm. I wonder if I should probably add an additional punching day. So Tuesday we'll just write stretches between punching and skipping. We'll do stretches here. I really like the running on the Wednesday compared to skipping, but we're gonna try it like this for a week. Maybe starting from the Sunday we'll do the run, or no, we'll continue how it is this week. We'll do punching on Friday, and then Saturday we're not doing anything, and then Sunday we start it. So then we start our running. So maybe I could alternate weeks with what I have down right now. I don't know. We'll get back to it. I'll finish the top line and see how that kind of pairs out with everything. I try to balance it. And then it's not like every week's the kind of same. Maybe we can do it. But if we like one kind of setup more than the other, we can just do that. 72. Alright, that's 100 set complete. That's 1,000 set complete. Done 160 so far. Now, question is, what do we do Thursday and Saturday? Because those aren't really any rest days. We got push-ups to do with all this, but today's Thursday, so maybe I could do, alright, weights / hand weights, because we got skipping Wednesday, running Friday, so we're not doing any other kind of upper body workouts other than push-ups. So we could do, I'll just type in weights. Just type in weights for Thursday. That could be light, could be, I'll just leave that kind of open to what I'm feeling, whether I want to do, or weights, or, well, weights could be different than, like, squats. That's the only thing I'm trying to think of. Maybe when I do skipping, because that's really more of a shoulder thing, skipping, so I don't want to burn myself out, but we'll just do a line, I guess, and then right under it, like, either one of these days I want to try to incorporate squats, so we'll write that under, and then we just have Saturday, which I think we're fine just leaving. We could do punch, that's kind of, so maybe we go back to punching Thursday. And then we move the weights to Saturday. We'll right weights here, and then we'll do what were we punching? We'll do punching. So it's only, because punching is very important. So we want to do that at least twice a week too. And we can still do the squats one of those days, but so now we got a full week. We're doing something every day there. The top line, we can maybe try to balance it a little more, or we'll leave it more open. So maybe we can like have a really busy week. Because if we do that every single week, we're gonna be so fucked. So let's just make 4 things or 3. We'll want running and another punch-in, so it'll just be push-ups, 2 times running, 2 times punch-in. The next week we'll have that same kind of thing, but we'll have like specific things like skipping, certain weight exercises, and stretching. So we'll get back. We'll get back to that. I might do a 3rd line. I don't know how I feel with the running on the Wednesday. My 2 kind of days, I'm trying to not really put anything on intensively, are Thursday and Tuesdays. Just because those Tuesday especially is one of those days I could be pretty busy on. And Thursday's another day where I just have like a game I like to play in the evening. So that doesn't mean we couldn't go for a run after. Can't imagine when I'm like 60 years old and I do like nothing. It's gonna be like super unhealthy. This probably is super unhealthy already, but yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not gonna be thinking about what it'll be like when I'm older, because that's so far. It's like 20 years down the line. But anyways, got another line. So we do all this. I should look at the second line. We do all that on the second line, or the first line's like second or third alternate. So we have like 3 alternates. And that first one is like, that's our break, you know. We run once a week, we punch once a week. And then we get to the heavier week. And then it goes down to a second intensive. And then it goes to the least intensive, the most intensive, and then the second intensive. So maybe that's how we'll do it, and then we'll just do, for the 3rd week, we'll kind of branch it so we could choose between running or skipping, so it would cut down on maybe stress of the legs or just time spent working out. So we'll do a running / skipping. And with how this is set up, I think it should be on a Monday, because we just have punching on that Monday and nothing set up here. But for the first, so the least intensive, we have just running on Wednesday, punching on Friday. I'm wondering if we should just add a 3rd, like something for Monday. But then that kind of becomes a little more intensive, right? So I wonder if we should just leave it, or we should maybe just put stretches on like Monday and leave that open. Stretches slash like shadow boxing type thing. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll just write stretches and then like stretches. We'll leave that open to interpretation. So that could be however I want to do my stretching. But, okay, and now we do the second intensive week, and we write, it was skipping, right? We wanted to do skipping. Was it skipping or running? Yeah, skipping or running, I think. Oh no, but we run. Okay, yeah, but that is a whole nother week, so let me just think here. No, because we end on a Sunday, so then it would automatically go to another skipping or running. Maybe we do the most intensive, the second, or, sorry, the most intensive, the least intensive, and then the second most intensive. But I don't know if I like that, because I like the kind of downplay to rather, yeah. I like it how it ends, or however it goes. You know, whether it's the most intensive, you go to the second most intensive week, and then you go to the least intensive, and then it goes back into the more intensive stuff, rather than the more intensive, the least intensive. Wait, is it the same thing? Oh, I'm confused now. That's so we do. Let's just write this down, and we can scribble it out. So I just don't. Yeah, the only problem is for the Monday, if I did it like that. So I think I just have to move it to. I don't really like Tuesday. Okay, maybe we just gotta think about another day here to do it on. Maybe Thursday? It's still too close, I feel like. I mean, maybe I'm just making excuses, because I'm sure, you know, like doing push-ups every day, doing skipping a day apart, or not even a day apart, but the next day is not too bad. Like, maybe I should do some of those things. In a row. We are not moving very fast. Don't really care at this point. Let's get back to the schedule. I gotta make the schedule work for me. I could write random things or just what I like to do, but it's gotta. There's a sequence here that'll be better, I think. And maybe I just leave it to two alternates, and I don't even do the third. Maybe that's too much. But what I could do is add, because I only have one skipping day, I got one skipping day. Oh man, maybe I just do one. Maybe I do the more intensive, but it's still decent enough that it'll be 2 days of the week I'll be running with doing the push-ups. So yeah, it'll be more activity, but it's not crazy. Like, I'm just going for a run, and then 2 days I got punching, so that could be just footwork and getting my hands in my reach out there, doing touches, whatever, working on speed, working on the technique. So 2 days we're doing that, and then we got one day where we're just doing skipping, so that's 5 of days of the week. And then the other 2 days where one's very light, so it's just stretches, and then the second so the 7th, the last kind of day, we do some sort of weights, because I got weights at home. So you know what, I do like that, but I do like the fact that we can alternate weeks, so that I don't know, I'd like to do more skipping rather than just once a week, but we are running twice a week already. So how do we incorporate skipping with the weights day? I don't know. I think the best thing to do is just some trial and error. See how we feel. If we're exhausted, or if we feel like we should do more skipping, we can probably incorporate it somewhere. But I have my 2 running days spread out on the Sunday and the Friday, so that's far apart in terms of running, although when it comes to the Friday, it's just Saturday, Sunday, so it's really one day apart for that. But skipping is on the Wednesday, so then that's one day apart from the Friday, which is okay. That's like a leg thing. And then we got that one kind of rest day, and then we got the Friday, the run, which we should do, just whether it be kind of pushing ourselves or our legs or comfort zone, that's okay. And the Sunday is far from skipping on the Wednesday, so there's 2 days apart there. So we'll have 2 days kind of a rest for our legs, and Wednesday it'll be some skipping. And we have a stretch too on the Tuesday, so that could be for that should be for everything, legs, arms. I do like the second week. It's a lot. I feel like though, the only thing that I'd like to add, we do got punching on the Thursday, and then the skipping on the Wednesday, and then in between those days I put in squats. But I'd like to add another skipping day. I just don't know where to put it, because it feels already really busy. Because I got the 2 days running, I got the 2 days punching. Maybe on one of the days punching, I do skipping, like Friday. So, oh no, that's not punching, sorry. I do Monday, but that's right after a running day. For Tuesday, no, skipping would be right. So maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it as is, and then we'll try it. And then if I want to do more skipping, we can incorporate it some way. But I think that's honestly good enough. I do think skipping a second day with everything would be huge, but I just don't know where to put it. 70. Geez, we're approaching an hour. We've only done like 200 and not even 260, but we will have done that at least. We're working on the 800 set. Jeez. But yeah, I would show this, but it would be backwards on the camera. So right now, we're gonna scratch the alternating weeks, and we're just gonna do this heavy activity week, pretty much doing something every single day, along with push-ups, starting on this Sunday. Or I could do weights tomorrow. Sorry. No, we're gonna keep it the same because we did running Wednesday, so we're just gonna do, it would technically be running again this Friday, but we're just gonna do punching because that's what the original plan was. And then Saturday, we'll just take that day as a break because it'll be the first, Friday will be the first time we'll be using our arms additionally for something, for punching. So I'm sure Friday will be a really tough day. I'm very sore for my arms, so Saturday we won't be doing anything else this week. And then when it comes to the Sunday, because that's kind of the start of the week in my schedule, I will do the run again. And then we'll go back to punching on the Monday. We'll do stretches Tuesday. So just something light that's practically not even working out, but I think it's important. And then we'll do skipping Wednesday, which we could do squats as well. Well, for skipping, it'll be 5-minute rounds, 3 rounds, 5 minutes for skipping. And then, so that'll be 15 minutes of exercise additionally on top of the push-ups. And at that point, if our legs aren't essentially killing us, we'll do squats, like 100 squats. And then Thursday, we'll go back to punching. We did punching Monday, so Thursday we'll do punching again. And then Friday we'll go for a run. And Saturday will be weights. So we got running Sunday, Friday, skipping Wednesday. So somewhat split out runnings. I mean, again, that's I guess only 2 days apart, Friday and Sunday. And then from Sunday, the start of the week, to running again will be 4 days, but we'll have skipping Wednesday for legs and possibly squats. I think that'll work. I'll try it. I like that. I don't know. Like again, I was thinking maybe I should skip more, which I could do. Like I could add it to one of the punching days, but the thing is, skipping's on Wednesday, so, and then yeah, we'll just see how it is. I'm just gonna keep rambling on about something I haven't experienced and that I have no idea on how I should be feeling in terms of my body and my muscles. So we'll just do that as like a test and see how intensive it is. And if we're not like crippled by the end of the week, still trying to push on, we won't change anything. We won't add an alternate week. So I think an alternate week would just be like, again, I think what the plan should be is if that's too hard, we'll add 2 more weeks to that. So we'll probably somewhat keep it the same. Maybe not. We'll adjust it, but we'll have like 3 different intensity weeks, or we can maybe just sparse it all. So of the 3 weeks, we're alternating between things, but with big enough gaps that we're working on everything but we're getting adequate rest, or we'll just make it like we'll have like 1 week, the least intensive week, it might be 2 to 3 additional activities or exercises, and the second intensive week will be, you know, uh, 3 to 4. I think would be 3 to 4 would be like the second more intensive, and then the most intensive should be anywhere from, again, like I would say 4 to 7. You know, it probably won't be the same. Like, but like the second could be 3, right? And then the more could be 4, like 4 to 7. The middle could be just like, you know, 3. I left it open 3 to 4. I think 4 would be pretty intensive. But and the least intensive, you know, that could be 2 to 3. I don't know, 2 to 3 for the first, and then maybe it could be 3. Maybe it could be 3, but they're just spread out different days, like just sparsed out. I don't know. We're gonna leave it at that, but we're gonna try this, and then as we go, we'll edit and figure out what the best case for exercising throughout the week will be. This is already like pretty hard stuff. The push-ups, like, it's already taken me, you know, 2 to 3 hours. So I wonder, I just got a call I never heard. Yeah, it's pretty hard right now doing, it's pretty hard right now doing just push-ups. Like, it's taking so much time, so some of these days it should be, and it's only going up in terms of intensity for push-ups, so some of these days I might be working out for, you know, 4 hours a day, these coming weeks. That's a lot, especially every day is guaranteed to be 3 hours at least. And I'm guaranteed to be sore from those exercises, so I'm gonna have to work through all of that as well. I better be freaking unstoppable at this tournament. Yeah, I'm gonna just give this number a call and see what's up here.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording,
What the hell? Let me look at this number, see if it's a place or not. Probably isn't, but only one way to find out. Let's put it in the internet, see what comes up. Air conditioner parts. It probably is a telemarketer. Could be Sunlight Finance. No. It says it's missing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just some telemarketer. It's been an hour. Almost. We've only done 260 push-ups. Working on the 800 set right now. Alright, 21. I'm gonna fill my Brita filter. I'll be right back. I know I'm running out of water. I don't have anything else to drink, really. I always like to wear my slippers. I just transferred some laundry. I want to actually put some of my bed sheets in the washer. Just because it's gonna be probably another 2 hours that I'm gonna be working, so it's a pretty good time to do those sort of things. Passively. be done here in like 2 minutes. Just, putting some things away. Oh man, I'm gonna be so sore. I don't know if it's gonna be possible to do all that I wanted to do. Like, is it gonna actually be better? I don't know. I might just end up fucking myself. I'm gonna be unable to move after all this. Fucking joints are gonna be gone. Oh my gosh. Alright. Just doing this. These socks and laundry basket up here. Alright. Back to this. Yeah, I'm doing like three loads of laundry now. The third load will be done after I finish taking a shower. Oh, my head's just hurting. Just thinking about all the work that's to come. Like, just doing the push-ups alone's fucking almost intolerable. So I can't imagine what I'll be like in that freaking hell week. So to finish this 100 set and then do 200 more to be halfway. I am losing my damn mind. This is I think the only thing really I gotta think about is not thinking about anything other than just working out. The moment I start adding other things I need to do, it just becomes too much. So yeah, we'll just try to keep our mind sharp towards the task at hand and not other things, whether it's games or family events. That makes it somewhat difficult, but maybe we'll just drop the additional activities that day and just do the push-ups type thing, you know? Alright, 62. I'm thinking about taking my do-rag off. I think it should be looking better. Look in the mirror. Yeah, it's okay. It's not, amazing, but it's a lot better. Just allow my head to kind of cool. This do-rag will kind of heat my head up a little bit. I'm just so shocked I got so much more push-ups to do still. It's only been an hour on the video, an hour and 10 minutes, but still. Like, normally the thing that should really only take half an hour. I know I did a lot of talking, but just to do 320 push-ups, normally, like, before I even started this challenge, that would probably take me like 35 minutes at most. So that 40 minutes there, like, what am I doing with that 40 minutes? Within the next hour here, I'm sure we'll be looking at like 400 left or something. should be much better. Okay, let's try to finish this 100 set. 80. Alright. 100 set complete there. Now we're working on the 700 set. Which I'm not ready to start yet. We'll start this 700 set. Alright, 20. Take it. 20, 20. I wish I could do like 40 reps in a row. Interesting. I wonder if it's flame retardant. That's the biggest question there. Okay. Yeah, I'll be honest, my arms and stuff, they don't feel too great. But I think as long as I work at this pace, I'll be okay.
person who invented the hydraulic system was a genius because liquid can never. The person who invented the hydraulic system was a genius because liquid can never be compressed. And taking advantage of this, the engineers filled a pipe with liquid and placed.
Liquid could never be compressed.
Well, this young man is a local high school wrestling phenom. Just won a national championship and is heading to college.
That is an interesting assumption.
Here are 5 watermelons you probably never knew existed. Number 5, Densuke watermelon. Grown.
Watch my videos on watermelon. 5 that watermelons that I didn't know existed. My gosh. Still got so much more.
Only in Japan, this watermelon has a completely black rind with no stripes. It is incredibly rare and can sell for thousands of dollars. Inside, the flesh is extra sweet, crisp, and juicy, making it one of the most luxurious fruits in the world. Number 4, yellow crimson watermelon. This watermelon looks normal on the outside, but hides a bright yellow interior. It tastes even sweeter than traditional red watermelon. It has a smooth, honey-like flavor that surprises anyone who tries it. Number 3, moon and stars watermelon. This unique variety has a dark green skin covered in tiny yellow dots, 1 or 2 larger spots that look like moons. Its flesh is sweet, rich, and very juicy, making it a favorite among heirloom fruit lovers. Number 2, orange glow watermelon. This bright orange watermelon stands out immediately when cut open. It has a super sweet, almost tropical taste and is known for being extra refreshing on hot days. Number 1, seedless watermelon. This modern variety was created through careful crossbreeding to remove hard black seeds. It still has the same juicy sweetness, but is much easier to eat, making it one of the most popular watermelons in the world today. Here are 5 watermelons you.
This artist creates kaleidoscopic worlds in clay. Dean McCrae is the ceramic artist
That
who
is
has
cool.
mastered the cane technique, creating psychedelic porcelain that reflects the beauty and magic of his home of Kauai. Instead of using surface glazes to color his clay, Dean directly colors his porcelain before molding it into intricate ceramic shapes in a long cane. These canes, when cut along their axis, reveal a world of characters inside, a luminous psychedelic array of animals and plants celebrated in clay. He brings these canes together to create larger blocks of clay. Just slicing away the top layer reveals flowers, dragonflies, and mushrooms in a kaleidoscope of color. He uses these panels to laminate his wheel-thrown pottery, and you can see how these individual psychedelic pieces come together to cover the entire piece. Once fired, every color is intensified. The full spectrum of nature's rainbow beams from their surface. I celebrate the stories of living artists. To discover more, find my weekly art newsletter in my bio. This artist creates.
Whether you like fun. So we've gotten our seat now, and this one's very big.
Let me try to finish this 100th set. Just feel so I just feel sore inside my arms, and there's no really telling what the chance of injury might happen. 500. Right now looking at the 600 set. Also the halfway point.
You can see how it branches off to the side there? I call that trunking. This guy's a trunk. Now these are the 2 pliers you'll need. The first one goes in like this, it grabs. That's why we use that type of spherical seating tool. And I'm trying to pull some of the slack here, it's not working. Get this tool underneath here. Now we pull it gently. Take your time, and some will fall back in. And then wait a minute. You see how it's dripping down? That's typical. We have to wait a few seconds for that to happen. Sometimes they'll fall back in when this happens. So you gotta take your time, and what's happening is it's solidifying and getting a little bit harder, stronger connections to that base. Now we're gonna flip it, and here we go. 1, 2, over, and there is our big one right there. Now we're gonna bring it over here as fast as we can, but careful with it, of course. And we're going to put it inside of this chamber, which is called the tempering chamber. And the tempering chamber will help bring out the color of the trioxide that's on the surface. And basically what that is basically it's hot and it stays hot longer. That allows it to get more trioxide, and that allows a better color to come out. And we can stay here for quite a while watching it change colors, but we won't. We'll come back and look at it when it's done. So we've gotten our seat now, and this one's fairly big. So we're about to impurities to really generate much of a shape. But you can see the colors just transitioning there. If I got in the tempering chamber, we'd get even more color, but then you wouldn't be able to see it. So. So we've gotten our seat now, and this one's fairly big. And you can see how it branches off to the side there. Okay, we're back, and it's time to seed. I waited about time it won't melt. This stuff can splat. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the video here, and I'll be back shortly, about 6 minutes. You can see how it branches off to the side.
Alright, Wade's World.
Okay, let's start our 600 set here. I'm gonna see if I could get something to eat. I grab a slice of chocolate cake. It's my first meal of the day. Chocolate cake. It's supposed to have like cherries in it, but I haven't got a whole lot of cherries. Make my workout a little more enjoyable. Out of water now, but I filled the burner filter earlier, so I'm gonna grab more water. I'm gonna just do another 20 set or so. Two. Back. I'll transfer my laundry probably in like half an hour. I'm sure the washer is gonna be done in like 15-ish minutes. But I did, when I grabbed the cake, I put the dryer to more time, just so it for sure gets dry. But mainly that's with the sheets, because they're a lot, you know, longer of course and wider, so they kind of bury themselves within each other. So I'll get like some wet spots on my like thinner linen cloths, some usually, but that's in the washer, so I want to put that in the dryer definitely within like the half an hour, so that starts getting dry. 42, we'll do some more here. Oh, that's a cherry. It's weird how she made this cake. because I enjoy the texture and of course the chocolateness to it, but there's like cherries or something in it, and I swear it's like a cherry every like fifth slice or something. It's like, oh man, it's like all I want is that cherry. And yes, was, I guess, I don't know, I guess maybe she's my step aunt. You know, my mom's partner, Ernest William Crowitz was his name. He passed away this year as of March 2nd. He was taken off life support. So anyways, his grandma, I think that's his grandma, or so we have to think about this. I don't think that's, is that his grandma? Yeah, no. That was, I don't think that's Laurel's mother. She passed away. That is, what relation is that, a nephew? I think that might be a nephew to him, but to his kids, that's their aunt. I don't know really how that works. But anyways, yeah, she made the cake for my mom, and I think she made two, so my mom gave me some, or gave me this one. It was like in a 9-inch, like tinfoil thing. And it's homemade, but it's good. So we're past halfway. We're about to finish this 100 set and 16 more, and then we'll still have a whopping 500 push-ups left. You know, I don't really feel like so much of a muscle soreness. And I don't want to say it's a tendon soreness, but it might very well be. I can't really distinguish whatever the soreness is in my arms, but it feels very different. Like it's not overly sore, but there is like just this overall feeling in my arms. So it could be tendons that are really sore, and muscles. Like I'm sure there's some sore muscles too, but yeah, it feels very, very different today. My arms are just like they feel strong. I'm definitely strong enough to, you know, get through these push-ups I'm doing, which will be 560 total so far. But there's just like this this weird kind of soreness running through my arms that's not overly powerful, but it's just there. And I'm sure if I, work myself too hard, it'll, obviously become more agitated and likely hurt something. I'll hurt something in my arms more or less. So I do have to work at this kind of pace. It's not that I'm just like slacking off or I'm so tired. It's more just like I'm looking out for my body from breaking or collapsing, But I do feel like I could push myself a little bit. But I just want to stay away from that kind of danger area. I got a whole week planned worth of exercise, so I'm not trying to hurt myself, or just trying to work extra hard today. I hope the last slice has a cherry in it. It's good as is, don't get me wrong. The cherry just makes it feel so much better. It's like just one single bite of that cherry and that entire slice just like makes the whole slice worth it. So, I'm gonna start this 500 set, and then I'm gonna check on the dryer and washer, or mainly the washer. If the washer is done, I'll check this stuff in the dryer. If it's pretty dry, I'll obviously take it out, put it in the laundry basket, and put my bed sheets in. Because ideally, I want that to be, dry as soon as possible, so I can just, get in my bed and relax. But it's not like I don't really need it in the next 3 hours, but regardless, I'd rather have it be dry and done waiting for me than to have to put it into the dryer at some point and wait for that to finish. But it's all good. Alright, 20. I'm gonna just go check on that. So the washer cycle is done, and the stuff in the dryers, still feeling dampish, so I'm letting it continue drying. What is this? Alright. Try to do some more here. Everything feels like so much more sensitive. My elbows especially. Like that funny bone nerve that's there. I just feel like so, my like sense of touch on my arms is like it feels kind of good. Like it's all just like feels very heightened or more sensitive. I don't know. Got paste on to rub my arms. That's like a massage. It's like 20. And 42. We're getting there, like to the end. It's gonna take probably another hour here. There's like a certain amount of reps that now where it feels different. 20 after 20 or so, feels like I could do more. would take a push of some sort, whether I needed to just take a few more seconds, but I'm not wanting to go to those points just because yeah, I'm not ready for it. It's very uncertain what the outcome of that is. It's a chocolate. Kind of bored, you know. But yeah, I could watch some shorts and stuff. I don't know what it is, like maybe it's normal, you know, doing 1,000 push-ups every day to get kind of bored of it, but you know, I want to be like, you know, doing the push-ups, but at the same time, like, my mind wants to be like somewhere else. I don't know if that's just like I kind of cope, or if I'm really just bored. But it's kind of like it's not helping in a way. Like, there's really not any problem with the way that I'm thinking, but I don't know. I think it would just be better to just stay more focused on what I'm doing, but I guess maybe there's no way but to help but being bored. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe the other thing is that, like, I'm thinking of things that are more enjoyable, or just trying to, you know, enjoy myself after this workout. And I don't know. I'm trying to correct my mindset when it comes to those things, and just tell myself, like, you know, something more positive. You know, tell myself that this is good. You know, tell myself that, you know, the hard work isn't always supposed to be enjoyable, type of thing. I kind of need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna finish this 100 set, and then I'm gonna use the bathroom. We're at 83. We're now working on the 400 set. Just 400 more push-ups. I'm gonna try try to use the bathroom. I'm pretty sure I gotta use it. Yeah, so we finished that 100th set, so I'll take away this number. I'm trying to start like a mirage of these pages, throwing them on the wall, double-sided, complete both sides of it, and then just throw them on the wall as a, I don't know, something to kind of just remember what I did. And it's already started to feel like the past, like the one that's on the wall right now. And it feels like in my mind it's been a while. Hey, Mom.
Hey, how are you?
I'm just doing push-ups right now.
Like you're in the middle of your workout?
Yeah.
Why'd you answer the phone?
Just 'cause I could.
Do you want me to call you tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay, I was just calling to chat. I'm just on my way to get Ash in case and to bring them home to come.
Okay.
Be careful. I worry about you if you're working out like that because I'm worried you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah, I'm being careful.
Okay, I love you a lot.
Alright, bye.
Talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.
What on earth?
Wait, how can a dog shit that much? Oh my god! Don't touch it, don't touch it.
Wait, that's absolutely unhinged. Okay.
Is that real?
I have no idea what that is, but I am gonna clean it up. Alright.
Maybe like a shovel.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay.
A few moments later.
I just am shocked that it's all in one space, but anyway, you guys are all set. I'll take care of it. You wanna head up front?
Should I pick it up or?
No, don't touch it. Please don't touch it.
Wait.
Okay, you guys can go ahead and leave the store. Did you guys put that there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not really funny because like we have a lot of customers in the store. We have to clean up a lot in the store. So you guys can go ahead and head out, please. Go ahead and head out.
Yeah, it's like a horse shit or something.
Still got a tiny slice of cake there. I should finish at any point in time. Alright, 42. closer and closer. I just want to stand. My butt's itchy. What is happening here? This is the one I kind of undone. That's why it's very kind of. I gotta undo my hair. And yeah. Do it tomorrow. Still. I think I will. What's it here again? Thinking I will. I want to check the dryer. I'll do another set. I want to get my bed sheets in there because that will take an hour and a half. Do some laundry and stuff. My sheets in the dryer, so that's a bit relieving. I know that's gonna be drying then I got still another third load to do, but that's gonna be after the shower. And what time is it? 8. It's 8 o'clock. 62. Got 86 there. Almost done the 400 set. Just going to deal with some laundry here. Multitasking a bit with stuff that needs to be done. And yeah, be good. Won't have anything really to do other than some dishes, but that can definitely just wait till after. I think I'll use my basket. Transfer whatever socks aren't matching until that third load gets done. I think we'll finish that 100 set after this. We fold this pajama pants. Okay. Glad I don't have any other exercises to do tonight. I don't think I could. Just exhausted. But tomorrow we will be doing punch-ins, so that'll be huge. That'll be like the biggest flip for me. Just like arms with arms, and I gotta be careful there, especially with the push-ups. I'm thinking I'd rather do the push-ups first rather than after. So, I'm not sure I'll work it out because I also want to go out tomorrow and get my annual boxing medical forms filled out. So, that'll take probably a good 2 hours. So I think what the plan should be is wake up at 10, leave before 11, and then by the time I get home it'll be 1, something like that. And I could do my push-ups, probably finish around 4 or 5, and then that evening I'll do my punching. This is such a random thing, but a continuous feed jar for infinite pickles.
Alright everyone, Cody here. I'm currently at my girlfriend's place, and I wanted to show off her little fermentation station. I thought this was really neat. So she's got some kombucha, some wine, sourdough, some other things. What I thought was particularly interesting, and it's going to be the main focus of this video, is her pickle jars. So these are an ancient Chinese design. They use a water moat as an airlock. This one has a inner lid, catch drips. These ones over here are clear so you can see through. These Sichuan peppercorns. This is the main spice, and that helps with the bacteria and stuff. These can process pretty much any vegetable, which is really cool, even some fruit. But something that I had never come across before was the fact that the brine is reused over and over again. Like some of these have gone on for hundreds of years. She's named her jar.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Keep the brine going. I wonder what like the oldest one is. I remember watching a YouTube video of like this stew that's been cooking for like hundreds of years. Somewhere, maybe India, or like I don't know, some Asian authentic place. But yeah, I would definitely be down to try or have something like that, but I definitely won't be able to reach 100 years on it. But 10 or something. $300 set. Well,
And celebrates their
get down to
I
200
think that's
soon.
amazing. So this one, you can see the vegetable level is pretty low. This is the one we've been eating out of. If I kind of pull this out, open it up. This one doesn't have an inner cover.
Probably really loud.
Reach in here and grab a vegetable. How about a piece of radish?
Oh, that's a piece of radish.
Tastes amazing.
Yeah. This guy's probably like in love with his girlfriend's pickle jars.
A bit, probably about now-ish. She'll fill it back up with vegetables. And while it's processing, switch over to this other one here. Now, if you're wondering about the red here, that comes from beets. Beets are added because they're a vegetable that is pickleable. They also add a nice color. They kind of hide some of the murkiness. And also give kind of a visual indicator of how much has been pickled. Now, what these jars do is they help solve a problem that plagued humanity since the beginning of agriculture. You see, sometimes your garden produces a whole lot of vegetables all at once, and then not so much later on. And you need a way to kind of spread that out. You need a way to preserve the vegetables from times of plenty to times when your garden's not producing much. And before you had, refrigeration, what do? Well, one way was pickling. So what the pickling is you create a condition that a specific kind of bacteria, a good bacteria, likes to grow. And what those bacteria do is they eat the simple sugars, they eat it real quick, and they produce acids and other chemicals which keep other bacteria from growing, other bacteria that might be harmful. And they also kind of
pre-digested foods that when you do eat it, you actually get more nutrients out than you would otherwise. It's awesome. I decided this is something I can definitely use. And so she set me up with a jar of my own, and you might have seen it briefly in the last episode of Chicken Bowl Base. I've been using that to preserve my garden produce without need to run a refrigerator, which is great when you're off-grid. So one issue I found is when you eat the material down like this, it puts a lot of space in here that's full of air. Now it's okay to have a little air in there. In fact, the bacteria, it makes them grow better, and it needs a little bit of air. But a lot of air invites other organisms that maybe you don't want, like mold and weird funguses. Usually it's fine because the bacteria in here can help fight that off. But sometimes you might get a little bit of something growing in there. And one way to prevent that is not eat it down so far. Just like take a little bit and then fill it up with vegetables. A little bit more vegetables, right? But the problem with that is now the material at the bottom gets really old and the material at the top never does. So it keeps cycling out of the top and not so much the bottom. You can kind of stir it around, try to fix that. But then you've got to have a way to distinguish the vegetables, which ones are older and which are younger. The beets help. But another way is to cut the vegetables differently each time so you can kind of remember which ones are which. But the fact that the brine is reusable gives me an idea. What if I made a jar that had two openings, one that you put the vegetables in, one that you take out, and basically continuous feed through it? That way you always know the younger stuff is on one side and the older stuff is on the other. You don't need any tricks, just put in one side, take out the other. So I thought I'd make something like this and see if it works. So I got a couple of these little pickle jars here. You can see they've got the water milk and everything, it's just smaller. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right here using my rock saw. I might be able to save the majority of the jar. That'll give me these modes so I can use them for the experimental jar. We got a pair of them here. I'm just going to cut it off.
We're at 61 of the 300 set right now.
So this was the main body of the pickle jar. We've removed that. Now I'm going to replace it with something that looks kind of like a U-shaped glass tube. Now these kombucha bottles here are basically like a pipe segment. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to cut the tops and bottoms off and basically treat it like a piece of glass pipe. I'm going to cut some diagonal cuts in here so I can kind of bend it into elbows. You can see along these lines here. I made a cardboard form so I could get the angle right. This is 22.5 degrees here. And they add together these four pieces into a 90-degree turn. So I'm going to cut along all these lines here. And hopefully the whole thing doesn't shatter. And also, cutting this is fairly difficult because I kind of have to turn the bottle as I'm going. So, I got a few spares. I'll probably break a few bottles, but we'll see how this goes. All the pieces of glass cut. I'm going to temporarily tape them together just to line everything up, and then I'm going to glue it. together with tape. Seems to be pretty good. There's some gaps you can see, but I think I can fill those with the glue. And speaking of which, I'm going to be using aquarium sealant. It's not ideal. I'd rather it just be solid glass, but this stuff is food safe, and this is a prototype after all. So I'm just gonna start tacking it together using this. Just in a few places between the tape to hold it so that I can remove the tape, and then I'll do the rest. So now that the glue is cured, I
I'm
can
gonna
remove
try
the
to
tape.
finish this 300 set. We're at 81 here.
Put in the rest of the glue.
And then we'll be working on the 200 set, which is good.
And here is the finished jar. See, I've added some little feeds. I've glued on the moats. Given it a couple of days to fully cure. And now, I'm ready to run a leak check. So I got a gallon of water pour into it. I'm gonna see if it pours out anywhere.
Alright, it's 100 set completed.
Oh, but you look at that. Holds almost exactly a gallon.
Now working on the 200 set.
It's been about 24 hours. No puddles, no leaks that I can see. I think we're good to go. I'm gonna empty this out, sanitize it, and we're gonna fill it up with pickles. To sanitize the jar, I popped it in the oven, heated it up to about 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and let it sit there for a couple of hours. To prepare the vegetables, I washed, peeled, and then chopped them into small pieces. Put them in this pot here. You can see the level I've marked for the volume of the jar. Now, I'm going to take these vegetables, I'm going to put a little bit of 80 proof alcohol on them, just to help sanitize them to decrease the bacterial load. The alcohol will ultimately be converted to vinegar by the bacteria. Mix this around. You see I've got cabbage, radish, turnip, some onions, and beets, along with some ginger and garlic for flavor. So now for the spices, sugar, and salt. I also popped these in the oven and heated them to 225 degrees for about 3 hours, just to make sure that the bacterial load would be decreased. Let's start with the salt. So I want the solution to be about 4% salt. So I'm going to add 160 grams of sea salt to my approximately 4-liter jar. Just gonna toss this into the vegetables. Give that a mix. Next, I'm gonna add a bunch of the peppercorns. These give flavor as well as preventing harmful bacteria from growing. I'm gonna add in a few silver anise seed pods. The anethol in these is antifungal. Also gives a nice flavor and aroma. Chili peppers for spice. A few cloves just for flavor. And a little bit of cinnamon. And finally some kombu kelp. This adds iodine, umami flavoring, and will help the vegetables break down faster. Let's mix all this together. Just so it's
I wonder how often you got to
Now, the first thing
add
I'm
more
actually gonna add
spices.
to the jar is some water, which I think will help things move through easier. This is water that has been boiled and then slowly cooled inside of a sealed container. there's the vegetables in. I'm going to add some rock sugar, just to give the bacteria something to munch on, get them started. Just do like a handful or so. Maybe that's both sides. Okay. And so now, some bacteria from another jar. This will get things going with a nice healthy population. Pour some one side, put the chunks over into this other side here. Now you don't necessarily need a starter. This jar here that I made using some yellow beets, I made without a starter. Just the natural bacteria that's floating in the air and living on the vegetables was enough to get it going. It took a lot longer. It took almost 2 months for it to get to the point where it was fermenting properly. The starter is just a shortcut. It's just like with sourdough. And finally, I'm going to finish topping up the water. All right.
42.
So there we go. And I clean up these water moats at the lids. So now I'm going to add a little bit of water to the water moats to make it airtight. And to keep the water from evaporating, I'm going to add a little bit of magnesium chloride to it. Magnesium chloride will absorb moisture from the air, so it'll never evaporate down, at least not completely dry. So here we are. It's been a couple of days. You can see that the bacteria is starting to eat the sugar and produce CO2, which has been bubbling out. These have been rocking around. I put some sticks on here so I can see it more easily on the time-lapse camera. But one thing I've noticed is it's capturing a lot of gas here in this low section. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this out of clear glass so I can see problems like that. If this was ceramic, I wouldn't be able to see that. I think for the next iteration, I'm going to make this kind of slope upwards. That way, this gas bubble kind of flows out. In fact, I'm going to try to see what happens if I lift this up. Yeah. So I've got a little piece of pottery here. Slip that under. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, it's not overflowing here yet. It's good. The brine level's going to be a little lower on this side, but I think that's okay. Alright. Make sure it's contacting this heating pad. It's winter right now. The house is fairly cold. So I put this heating pad here to help speed things along. It doesn't really need it, but it does make the pickling process go much faster. So now I think I'll capture much less of the gas here now. Also, the gas bubbles flowing to one side will kind of help the brine circulate. Speaking of which, if we look at the bottom here, you can see the vegetables are kind of floating and there's a layer of clear brine at the bottom. So here we are after about a week. The fermentation activity is slowed down. And I think I'm actually going to tip it back to level. The putting it up like this didn't seem to really help all that much. And it's gotten up near the rim very close a few times. So I think it's better just to leave it level for now.
42.
I'll work on fixing the issue in the next iteration. Just tip it down. Yeah. But as I said, the fermentation is pretty much complete. So these pickles should be just about ready to try. Let's pull the lid off. I've got a dish here, which I've weighed. I'm going to pull out pickles. I'm going to try to keep track of how much I pull out, just so I know how much salt to add. Really, the salt should be just added by flavor and how much you desire, but I am trying to keep track of it. says 200 grams. That'll make the math easy. I'm going to add about 8 grams of salt. That should keep the salt levels the same. So now, let's pop the lid back on this side. And let's add some vegetables to this side over here. It's interesting having it two sides. When I released this side, it kind of sunk down and expelled gas over here. And here's the vegetables I'm going to add. I'm going to start with some carrot, mostly because of its bright color. It'll kind of serve as a marker. Okay, I got some Brussels sprouts, which I've chopped into quarters. These are basically like cabbage. Some more beets.
This guy's loving this.
Darker. Turnip. And some more radish. Shove down. Okay. It's not super easy, but it is doable. Just kind of push the material down. Looks like it is going to naturally mix together as I'm pushing it.
84.
That's fine. Let's add some more vegetables.
It's getting dark
Now
here.
you notice I'm not sanitizing this time. The brine is pretty active with bacteria now. It's not as sensitive to contamination. So I don't have to worry about that as much now that it's established. Just for fun, I'm going to add a little bit more spices. So some mustard seed, some coriander seed. I thought these worked pretty well in the other jar. And a little bit of black pepper. Just a few of those. Right. Get this mixed up. Okay. There we go. And of course my 8 grams of salt. Might have overdone it on the mustard seed, but it's all good. Let's go taste those pickles. Alright, so here's the pickles. Let's start with a piece of the daikon radish. Okay, that's pretty good. The umami flavoring comes from the seaweed. That was a good choice. It's slightly acidic, so it's definitely developing the vinegar. These is definitely pickled them. Flavor excellent. That cabbage was a little bit underdone. Like that could have pickled for longer. Yeah. Makes sense. They've only been in there for a week. But the radish is perfect. Radish pickles pretty fast. So it's been about 2 weeks since the last video clip. I was at the Mars Society Desert Research Station. I turned off the heater and just let it sit at room temperature. So it just sat here for a couple of weeks. I've noticed it's not catching as much gas. It's also not making as much gas, so that makes sense. Things have really calmed down. It might be because of the lower temperature, and it might just be that it's consumed
The
all
100 set complete, the
So I
200
definitely think
set
it's time
complete.
to feed it again.
On the last 100.
And to take out a harvest.
It's approaching 3 hours here.
So I found this Sunday spoon. It's basically a spoon with a long handle on it. And I find it is working better than the chopsticks. I just tried both. I think I like this better.
I might. I feel like I shouldn't be taking 3 hours, and maybe is a little beneficial for me right now. But I feel like 10 minutes is a good amount of time to do 100, maybe 12 minutes. It's a good amount of time to do 100 push-ups. And so I could start like a timer, kind of get myself more involved, but we'll just see. Like I'm thinking about tomorrow, but yeah, I'm not too worried about it right now. But within the next 2 weeks, we'll kind of just watch my pace and determine what might be a good move there. But I know I'm doing a bunch of other things today, so yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. But just a thought that goes through my head.
I can kind of like scoop material through all that. Okay, so I got a bowl full of this here. I'm gonna go weigh this one on the salt add. So I calculated out the amount of salt. About 8.5 grams. Gonna add just a few more of these Sichuan peppers. And here's some vegetables that I cut up. So cabbage. Pretty safe bet. Always had some cabbage. Oh yeah, that spoon works pretty well. See that? Maybe we'll just kind of scoop and push the material. Got some ginger, some more daikon radish, some turnip. All right, so here's the second batch of pickles. It's time to try it out. So let's start with a beet right here. It's pretty good. It's a little bit crunchy. I mean, pickles are good crunchy. But I kind of like them tender. So the beet's definitely going to go longer. Let's try this daikon radish. That was perfect. Daikons are perfect. Turnip melts in my mouth.
Actually, yeah, I'd be so down to make a brine like that for
Let's try
those
pieces.
kind of vegetables. Be pretty healthy, I imagine. But he's literally eating a bowl of this stuff, which I could see myself doing if it tastes really good. But like, what kind of meal could you like pair it with, really? I know you could like just do anything and have it as a serving, but like I'm thinking like, how sauerkraut and stuff is good over pierogies and stuff. Like, what would that really go well with? Like, could you put that over steak? I don't know. But I'm sure eating it just as is probably really good.
Munching on an onion like it's nothing. Let's try some ginger. Now, last time the ginger was still pretty spicy. So let's try this. Okay. That tastes like ginger. Okay. Spicy. Yeah. Alright, so it is weak. I'll put text on the
You just
screen
got
for
to
you.
do
Let's
59 more push-ups.
let's use my Sunday spoon to kind of push material through if I can. Yeah.
A bunch of laundry, but I don't feel like touching it now just because I'm a bit more sweaty.
Smoother walls without those jagged turns.
So I'll just take my shower and
Also, maybe I'll
start my third load of laundry.
That's because I've been harvesting already.
It's an interesting video though.
This is the fruit that your cashews are. These are cashew apples. They grow on trees and are made up of both a fruit and a nut, which separate really easily. The fruit is juicy and tangy and tastes like a mix between mango, strawberry, and lemon, whereas the nut is where you'll find the actual cashew. But you have to be really careful because the shell on the outside of these nuts contains the same toxin found in poison ivy. So only once roasted are they actually safe to eat. This is the fruit that your cashews come from. These are cashew apples. They grow on trees and are made up of both a fruit and a nut, which separate really easily. The fruit is juicy and tangy and tastes like a mix between mango, strawberry, and lemon, whereas the nut is where you'll find the actual cashew. But you have to be really careful because the shell on the outside of these nuts contains the same.
Alright.
Here's some great watches you can get for under $200. Anicorn Timeless watch doesn't tell you anything. It's a bracelet. It's relevant to say I really love this one because it trips people out and frustrates them. The Jacquard watch by Nava Design is really fun and pretty easy to read. Minute hand is the wildly rotating rectangle, and the hour hand is the box right there. The Reveal watch by Projects has a NATO strap and a really cool dial. True to the name, it reveals the time. Here's some great watches you can get for under $200. The Anicorn Timeless watch.
I've had some requests to make a spear out of euchre light. This is a piece that I got.
This bowl got 18 million views on YouTube. Somebody saw it and said, "Yeah,
Meter's broken.
Alright, we're almost finished here. We just gotta do 40 more push-ups. And try to half that right now. Alright. 80. One last down. And we've done 1,060 push-ups. Oh man. Just trying to feel my arms a little bit. They're pretty tense right now. Same with my shoulders. I gotta start punching to make sure all that's good still, but tomorrow. Alright, let's try to finish this, 120. 20. Alright. 20. Alright. It's 100 set. That is 1,060 push-ups. My goodness. Been 3 hours.